Hello, everyone, and welcome to Moonride. This is Dave with Man in the Moon. We are channeling the Man in the Moon today. I'm gonna take a look at Pelosi. If you notice, around these articles of impeachment, there's not a lot of clarity about what's gonna happen. I don't know what Pelosi's thinking, but it seems to be working out in pretty positive ways. Nobody seems to be noticing a couple of things, one of which is that there's a second whistleblower who is now starting to talk about the taxes. I have a feeling that Pelosi and maybe other Democrats know something we don't. They seem really happy about everything, and I want to know why. Let's take a look. Boy, does Pelosi look sharp right now. She is just dancing around, and it's almost like her fingers are like lasers. She's going around the circle. She's like, yeah, 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 and it's like connected circle of people. Very smart. This feels like it's very like it's going to be open. I mean, it's almost like a Congress in a sense of this sort of circle feeling of what's going on. And she's kind of going like beer, beer. So there's sort of like certain people in the environment who know something more than we do. They're talking to her. Chuck Schumer's talking to her about something. These people know there's some details that we don't know, and this is a very calculated process. That's the feeling I get by a really skillful person. Notice also that one of the things that's going on here is the skill of Nancy Pelosi versus the skill of McConnell. So, who is more skillful? I find this fascinating, especially since, as I had said, this is sort of the time of the feminine. Now we're seeing, if just in the form of Pelosi, the feminine rising and being really, really powerful in its forces. Which honestly is something I recommend for every single person. People from this intuitive field, we have to become a little bit more forceful and powerful. Let Nancy Pelosi be a great example for you. Adam Schiff can also be an example of this. It doesn't have to be in the form and body of a woman. Let's see. So Nancy showed me some money, and she's like, ching ching, and it's not her money. I think it's Trump money. At least money doing something wrong. I think it's also that they found some connections with money and the Republican Party. We know that they were taking some Russian money. So well, let's just ask Nancy, who is this about? Well, who's the money about? She's like, kind of, you're right. It has to do with people within the Republican Party who are getting really nervous because she's getting closer to the truth. Yeah, she knows something about the money that they took. Okay, let's see. What else about this? What else is Nancy planning? She's showing me three. I think there may be a third article of impeachment coming. I know before I saw this, as did Lena when we did our joint reading there. So she's showing me three. Is that three or four? There may even be a fourth article. That seems, she's almost like saying, yeah, three, maybe four. So I think that there's two more things that are going to happen around those articles. Okay, we've already taken a look, and it does it still appear that John Bolton's going to testify? I'm getting a yeah, but he doesn't look happy about it. I wonder if that it is Pelosi that needs to subpoena him or something. It's not necessarily on his terms. He looks rather annoyed. But it might also just because he's angry because of the way Trump treated him. Let's see. Can you show me more about him? Bolton. He looks quite ashamed. So maybe it is the latter. Maybe it's a little bit more like he's got to tell this. He's so mad personally right now that he wants to talk. That's kind of the feeling I get. There's no joy on his part. I mean, this is not just a revenge trip. There is really a very disappointed and angry person behind all of this. Not that that's bad. Okay, Nancy Pelosi, anything else what else is going to happen here, Nancy? Or anyone, what's going to happen with this impeachment? So look, don't be surprised if it's really up and down. One day Republicans, one day Democrats. Don't be surprised. It's going to ricochet back and forth like crazy. And you might find yourself getting really like optimistic and then the next day being depressed. Avoid all that. Don't tick according to every single moment of this impeachment. You'll give yourself anxiety. Nancy looks very happy at the end of this too. So hopefully that reassures us. Okay, so now I'm seeing some of the senators, Democratic, Chuck Schumer. And Chuck Schumer's got a knife in his hand. He's like, bam! And he nails that paper to the desk. He doesn't look dissatisfied. He looks serious, but he doesn't look like it went wrong. I get this to mean like narrowing McConnell down, whatever Chuck Schumer was trying to do. He seems to have, nailed it right on the point. It might just be that they wanted to embarrass the Republicans for giving a sham trial. But he's kind of showing me it's a little bit more than that. He seems to have gotten something out of it. Not just the embarrassment, but he seems to have actually nailed something down. So maybe they are going to give us it seems pretty clear that they're going to give us some rules to the trial. They're not the rules that we want, but there's something there. Okay. And McConnell, it's like he's there and it's like... it's almost like a note in the bottle. He takes the bottle. It actually looks more like a vase. He busts it to get the note, and then he reads the note, and there's nothing important there. So he's kind of hoping for a miracle, or he thinks that something's gonna help his case, that some unknown is gonna show up and be helpful, and there's just nothing there. Yeah, McConnell looks terribly disappointed. It's like, he's showing me, it's like, look, this stupid piece of paper, all it does is have a web address on it. I wonder also if somebody's going to put something on the web that will undermine Trump and the Republicans in this regard. And it's just one simple, I can't read it, but it's just one just one website. Okay. Tell me more about Nancy and the impeachment. Look, it looks really successful. Nancy in every image looks like she is whoa, like Rocky. Like, I won, I made it, terrific. Like, it's a big surprise, but I won. And Nancy should beware of a gunman. Yeah, I see a guy with a gun. And it's like she's giving a press conference and this guy takes out a gun. And, that may not be literal. I certainly hope it is not literal. If you have anything to do with Nancy Pelosi, do tell her to keep her guard up. But I feel more like this is some kind of a threat person or somebody who sends something and then they get caught. That they are, maybe they'll even break out the gun at some point, but it won't be loaded. And this will actually very much help her. I think the person who's pointing the gun is a, fanatic and certainly not on the left. So I'm going to say that this will be, in a way helpful. Again, please take precautions. Whoever you are in politics, now is the time to take caution. Anything else about Nancy Pelosi? Okay, I'm seeing the Supreme Court. And Roberts is coming out of the Supreme Court to meet Nancy. They're on the stairs. Oh, it's interesting because they're kind of halfway in the middle, right? So I think that also John Roberts will deliver some help to the impeachment trial. Roberts knows how very important this is. He cares about his legacy. He's not a great actor. I I wouldn't want him to proceed over any case at all whatsoever because I don't trust him to be unbiased. But everybody's watching him, and if he appears biased, he understands that's what the court will be presumed to be. So he's going to give a little bit, if not everything. He's basically going to take the best position he can for the Republicans and still look unbiased. Now, the judge in this case doesn't make the decision, so it's a little less important. But he does seem to understand his role here, and he is willing to meet Nancy Pelosi halfway. Pelosi's not entirely happy with the results, but it was better than nothing. And she's just kind of like, what do you expect? What do you expect from these guys anyway? But it doesn't slow her down. So we can get the tax info. Is that what's going to happen, Nancy? Anybody? Can you guys tell me what about this? Okay, we're going to a bank. And you know how a bank has that big vault? And it's got the big wheel on it where you open the door. Funny, we're not going in that door. We're going this little side door that's next to it. And we go in, and it's like, yeah, bank vault. But the money isn't stacked in New York. It's just all over the place. It looks like it's just been ransacked. And there's a lot of money in there. So I think my interpretation of this image is we will not get this tax information directly. We'll get it somewhat indirectly, and what we'll see is a mess. More than just people taking money, it's just a complete mess. And nobody can really define where the money's coming from, maybe. It seems like it's again, it looks like a criminal has just been there. So I'm assuming that's what Trump's tax records look like. So Nancy, what can you tell people? Because they're very worried. She's kind of like, I got this all under control. Says you guys need to start, you got to keep voting. You got to go out there. You got to be present. But I'm doing my best, and I'm going to win. That's a feeling I get. She doesn't seem to lack any confidence at all. And she says, once we get the money, once we find that money, whether it's Republican, Russian money, whether it's Trump, Russian money, whatever it is, once we get that money, it's all over. No one can argue against the numbers. If you find somebody like Manafort laundering money, even the most diehard Trump supporter can't reinterpret those numbers. So this is going to be the key. Nancy seems very happy. So, look, I don't have any time of when this is going to get resolved. June, I get something happen in June. June feels like a resolution. There will be confusing things afterwards. I've always said that Trump will be asked to leave by the Republican Party, and I still believe that to be true. July, though, will be a lot of push and shove. I don't know whether Trump's gone by then, but it feels like he's gone, and it feels like whoever's pushing and shoving in this regard, it is also going to be, kind of stressful, and we're gonna have to really be strong in that month because we'll be watching in front of our eyes our society change, and the stakes are really, really high. So. Again, I see Nancy putting her foot down and saying, no, sorry, you guys. And, it's really a pleasurable image because these people are so arrogant. And she just seems to have this really soft touch where she's like, nope, sorry, I already won. That's every image I get of her. And now you've seen Schiff. He's looking very honorable. There's a lot of people there who feel like, this was an honorably done task, and it was really hard fought, and we're going to do it. Does we know anything more? Nope, I'm just being told we don't know anything more about this topic at the moment. Thanks so much for watching.